So, ich stehe gerade mit dem James, dem Produzenten von Need for Speed. Hello James, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Really, really nice. We had seen your trailers and some in-game videos,
Yep.
and I think it's really nice. So the graphic is really smooth.
We spend a lot of time not only in the visual authenticity, making sure those cars look real, but also pulling in a lot of the aftermarket stuff to make sure you can build a lot of real cars you'll see out on the roads right now.
One big point for me is the soundtrack. Every time when I play Need for Speed, the soundtrack is something I really, really love. What special acts are now on the soundtrack?
We haven't announced the full soundtrack now, but it's good to know the way we've approached it. We've looked at some of the older Need for Speeds, tried to pull some of the sounds and feels of those soundtracks, along with some more modern stuff as well.
That soundtrack I really love is from Underground 2, and mostly the song of Snoop Dogg and The Doors.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, that's definitely a classic one from the Need for Speed series. And you know, we're trying to make sure we capture those feels again.
How's the new engine working in the game?
So we've continued to work with Frostbite. So from Need for Speed Rivals, we started with Frostbite and we've continued to work with that. And we've only made more and more strides. So you can see that it looks great and the handling is even better as well.
How was the work with the famous people in the
yeah,
that you see?
It's awesome. Even today we had Magnus Walker and Ken Block here with us.
Yes, we've seen them.
Awesome. They bring so much to the experience in terms of that authenticity, and they represent so many different types of car culture. There's no one way to look at cars, and that's what they bring in, is those different styles and those different views.
I think for the users it's really nice to see some famous people in the game and to feel with them.
One of the exciting bits there as well, there's obviously the 5 icons we've announced, but there's also going to be some interesting cameos in there. Maybe you might pick up on a few.
How long do you work on the game?
It's a good question, actually. We took last year off and didn't release one to make sure we had an extra year on the project. And we could really take that year and say, what do we need for Speed to be? So that extra year has given us a lot more quality in the game.
I played the demo before half an hour, and it was really nice because I think the handling of the cars is much better than in other games. And it's really real how they react.
Yep. One of the exciting parts about our handling is the fact that we've offered both classic Need for Speed style handling, which is all about racing lines, braking into the airline, accelerating out, but also a more drift style that you've seen in the modern Need for Speeds. It's the first time we've done that in Need for Speed.
I really love that your controls are the same like the older games.
Yeah, and that's something that we know Need for Speed fans really identify with, is this is how it feels to actually play the game, and we continue that on.
Thank you for the interview.
Absolutely, thank you.
Race on.